Hello humans, my name is Kevin Cook. I'm a travel vlogger officially, but unofficially, I'm an expert on all things hostel. Over the years, I've traveled to so many countries and I've stayed in some of the cheapest hostels and hotels that you can imagine. Obviously, the price of a hostel will vary according to its quality and location. In this complex global economy, $8 affords you a luxury hostel in one country, while in another country, $8 gets you a bunk bed in a stinking dump of a place. So now, all things considered, this is my list of the top 10 worst hostels I've ever stayed in. But first, please do me a favor and smash the like button. Put some bread on my table, please. Help my channel to grow. Number 6 on my list is the Happiness Hostel in Bangkok. Khao San Road in Bangkok is the backpackers' center of the universe. My friend Curtis and I were traveling together, filming those $20 traveling videos, and we got into some shenanigans there in Bangkok, that's for sure. And when we found a place to stay right in the heart of Khao San Road, it was a total dump. Like straight out of the movie The Beach with Leonardo DiCaprio. It was a private room, but it didn't even cost $8 per person. Venus Hostel on Khao San Road, and we got a private double room. It's only $275 per person. We're still doing pretty good for our budget today. Some things happened in this room which could never be mentioned on YouTube. It ranks number 6 on the list because it was hot at all hours, loud at night, and it smelled like socks. But hey, we sure had some fun there. Number 5 is a hostel in Wuxi, China. At the time, I was working for a digital marketing agency in China, and one of our clients was the tourism board of the Wuxi government. So they sponsored my trip out to this little town, and I produced another $20 traveling video. And of course, I looked for the cheapest hostels in town as part of the challenge. Because the name of the hostel only had a Chinese name and was only listed on Chinese language websites, I was the first foreigner who had ever stayed there. Needless to say, the owner of the hostel was very surprised when he saw a white dude arrive. This hostel ranks number 5 because it reeked of cigarettes. And another dude staying in the bunk bed next to me was smoking in the same damn room that we were meant to sleep in. But because the owner of the hostel was really cool, I decided to include the name of the hostel in the video to sort of give him some free promotion. Number 4 is the Happy House Backpacker Hostel in Phnom Penh. While traveling through Southeast Asia, I stayed in some fun and welcoming hostels with really friendly staff. This place was not one of them. Usually when we arrive and say, hey, we're gonna film a video in your hostel and give you some free promotion, the staff are really excited. But the dude behind the desk was like, yeah, whatever, just pay me $5. And that night, I just remember trying to get some sleep, but there was a group of French backpackers that were sleeping in the beds next to and above us, and they wouldn't stop at all hours of the night. It was really frustrating. The whole vibe was off at that hostel, and that's why it ranks number 4. Number 3 on my list is this hostel in Nanjing, China. As a backpacker traveling throughout China, being able to speak and read Chinese means I was able to find some killer deals on pretty much anything.
He picked the biggest sweet potato in the whole thing. It's like a monster. Stock room? Yeah. How's the sweet potato?
Oh, it's good.
And when it came to locating the cheapest hostels in any given city, that skill definitely came in handy.
Alright, time to go to the hostel. Hostel time! Supposed to be the building right here that is the place where the hostel is. It looks like just an apartment building. Alright, we've arrived here at what could possibly be Nanjing's cheapest hostel. And it's only 55 quiet night. We got some tents set up here for extra rooms. Got a bunch of dudes chilling out around here. Let's go check out the dorm room, see what it's like.
This place ranks number 3 on my list for a couple of reasons. First, I was shocked to find out how many people were actually staying in such a small place. It looked like a normal apartment that had just been converted into a hostel space. But the real kicker was, even with my bunk bed, I still had one of the pricier beds in this hostel. Turns out the living room was filled with tents where other patrons were sleeping. This place was packed like a can of sardines with people. But the SpongeBob sheets were a nice touch, I gotta admit. Number 2 was this hostel in Guangzhou. I traveled down to Guangzhou with a group of my closest friends at the time. Again, the challenge was to find the cheapest hostel in town. And oh, we found it all right. Your standard apartment that's been converted to look like a hostel. So obviously it's a little bit hard to find.
I don't think they'll pay. I think they have to come down to open it.
Yeah. This place ranks number 2 because it took us forever to find. Then when we found it, we had to buzz the door for like half an hour until someone came to get us. And even then we had to walk up 7 flights of stairs just to get to the hostel. And then the staff were not friendly at all, and they were almost not ready to let us film in their hostel. So it was just a real hassle finding this place and filming it. That's why it ranks number 2. And number 1 on my list, Hospedaje La Colonial, located in the heart of Mexico City. For only $3 a night, it's the cheapest place to stay in the whole city. When I arrived, the guy at the front desk, he took one look at my face and was like, man, you don't want to stay here. But the more he insisted, the more I wanted to go inside and film. But anyway, after a long back and forth with this guy, he finally agreed to let me pay up front, and then he let us inside the hostel. What I saw when I entered was less like a hostel and more like a homeless shelter. Estoy buscando mi cama. 191.
Arriba.
Arriba. Sí. Ah, ok.
Subiendo las escaleras.
Ah, ok. Aquí.
Gracias.
Agrupa a toda la gente y manda a los amigos que maten a todos los viejos que vengan de afuera hacia acá.
Llevan seca.
Estos indios están en la miseria.
Okay. So the bed is upstairs. This place is awesome. Here. Wow. Look at this. Yes. Look at this bed. Wow. It's just like a soft mat. It's like a soft mat with an elevated area right here. I feel like I'm in jail right now. Like, even the windows have bars on them. Man, I can't believe this place. This is up to I've stayed in like 100 hostels. This has to be the worst hostel I've ever been in my entire life. Like, seriously, this is the worst hostel. To be fair, the staff warned me first how rough this place is, but I was so excited to film the cheapest hostel in Mexico City that I was actually excited to be there. Parvati was with me too, and she told me a few times how scared she was to be inside. I'm pretty sure she's the only girl who's ever stepped foot inside that dormitory. And if I'm being totally honest, after seeing this place, I decided not to stay there. We let them keep the money though, just for letting us film. Okay folks, that's my list. I hope you enjoyed it. Please drop a comment below and let me know what other videos and stories you would like to see in the future. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.